Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Yelvi Rahmadani. I'm from English Department, Faculty of Language and Art, Universitas Negeri Padang. So, I would like to say thank you to all of you who have already joined my presentation. Today, I would like to present my presentation about current challenges in teaching English in the least developed region in Indonesia. So, in this introduction, teaching English as foreign language is always challenging, especially in the pace in the least developed region or treaty, terdepan, terluar, dan tertinggal. Because there are always imperfect institutions, imperfect people, and imperfect circumstances which are called adverse circumstances to deal with from 2001. In this research, researchers have already did a research in Landa region, where people there still consider English as an alien language because they said that it is strange and difficult for some learners. In addition, the thing that makes people there difficult to learn English is people there has a sociological perception like this: sekolah semangkok, tak sekolah semangkok. It means that there is no differences between people who are study and those who do not study because they would get the same result for living. And method that using by the researchers in this research is interview. In this research, the researcher did an interview to 4 lecturers who teach English in the same college. They were asked a question: what were the challenges you had when teaching English in your class here? So, to collect the data about the challenges that faced or found by the lecturer in the same college, the researcher gave a question to four lecturer, and then the aim of the study. There are 2 aims of the study. The first one is to highlight the challenges in the learning English faced by the student in the least developed region in Indonesia, and the second one is to find the solution of the challenges. After the researcher collected the data about the challenges of the learning English, and then she or he tried to find the solution of all of the challenges. And here the result and discussion about the study. There are 4 points. The first one is language comprehension, the second one is method and approach, and the third one is practical implementation, and the last one is socio-cultural environment. The first one is language comprehension. So, in this language comprehension, the participants said that most of students had low proficiency in English mastery. They made like for initial ability from the school. The student admitted that there were insufficient learning of English material when they were in junior and senior high school. So, from the statement, we conclude that the challenges that faced by the student that faced by the lecturer or teacher is the student still lack of insufficient learning of English material. And the second one, method and approach. In this method, reducing the gap in the classroom communication, making group discussion helped the student a lot because they got assistance from their friends. Both individual and group presentation help the student to be briefer in practicing English. The student presentation were usually very short, especially in individual presentation. Meanwhile, group presentation were usually dominated by the leader of each group because most of the group member was passive and relied on the leader of the group. So, the second challenge is that found or faced by the lecturer is the gap in the classroom communication. So, to reduce the gap in the classroom communication, making group discussion is the best solution to reducing it. But sometimes the group discussion is not effective because only leader of the group can be active in the presentation. It is difficult with the other group, the other member of the group. They just be passive and do not active in the presentation. And the third one is practical implementation. In practical implementation, to make the student more active, the lecturer should using task-based learning leave the class rather than the grammar-based learning. And the last one is socio-cultural environment. This is the big challenges that faced by the lecturer or by the teacher in teaching English. Because, like I said before, in the Landak region, where the place of treaty terdepan terluar tertinggal, people there choose to work than study because they say work better than study. They can make money. It is different with study where they should pay or they should spend much money to pay the education. In addition, early marriage was very common there. It is created serious problem in educational society because the average of the family prefer to not to send their children to school, and also they thought working was cooler and more beneficial rather than studying. And from the research, there are two conclusions. The first one is biggest challenges, and the second one is inner challenges. So, the biggest challenges that found by the researcher in this research is socio-cultural, where the, the, the perception that spread in the society vary give big effect in learning English. And the second one, minor challenges. There are 4 points that found by the researcher in this research. The first one is low proficiency of language comprehension. The second one is limited resources of materials. And the third one is communication gap in the classroom. And the last one is student lack of enthusiasm and participation in learning English. Okay, I think that's all my presentation. Thank you for coming to my presentation, and sorry for the mistake. And Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.